You are
Good evening,
inherently a
everyone.
chaos gremlin, so I suspect that somehow it was your fault.
But I wasn't running the game.
Maybe not. But it does not mean it was not necessarily your fault.
I am Chaos Gremlin #1.
It was
And
your
I did-
chaos aura that, affected everyone at
I
the table.
did create a character that put the character in a scenario where it's what my character would do may have come into play, but I didn't start it. That was the DM's fault. So, Kevin, stay on your toes.
You are the platonic ideal of chaotic neutral.
Why, thank you.
You know, I'm kind of thinking chaotic.
Yeah, I think there is no neutrality to this. I think it's just-
No.
Sure there is, because there's no rhyme or reason whether it's good or evil. It just is.
I guess.
I lean towards lawful. I just follow a different set of rules than you do, that's all.
I lean towards lawful. My laws, but they're still laws.
That line right there is what happens when someone who's chaotic neutral goes to law school.
Yeah. How do you have a chaotic neutral rules lawyer? Where's that on the...
I mean, you're chaotic in how you present the rules in the scenario. You could be, I'm going to present this rule to screw the party, but I'm also going to present a rule to keep things good for the players. And then it depends. You're not doing it equally. You're just like, I feel like making it worse for everyone. So I'm going to remind the GM about this rule.
Turn the game into Calvin Ball. You just make rules up on the fly.
That too, yeah.
And then just make sure that nobody calls you.
I am not but a dark mirror, and all I do is reflect the GM back at themselves. So,
as someone I once worked with used to say, I call bullshit. Anyway.
So on that wonderful note, I want to welcome everyone here tonight to the inaugural actually playing of Traveler. I know it's been a little while building up to this, but life. I do want to share one little anecdote that I didn't mention to the guild and chat because I kept forgetting to do it. I consolidated my boxes of dice the other day, and I filled up a 32-quart plastic container with just my loose dice, not like the stuff that I had in my nice little cases and stuff. So I'm not saying I have a problem, but I'm saying that it's a good start.
I had an ex-girlfriend knit me a dice bag because none of the ones that were available at the time were large enough. It doesn't have all the dice in it, even remotely.
Yeah, I had like 5 different Amazon boxes of various size throughout my office with dice in it. I'm like, I should put these all in one thing. I shouldn't need bigger than this one, and then I filled it up, and then I'm like, oh, I need another one.
Crown Royal, absolutely.
But
oh yeah, old school, baby. This bag's probably older than Jenna is.
Well, that's not hard to do.
I kept my first dice in a Crown Royal bag too.
I'm just saying, you know what? Plastic 50-gallon drums are cheap.
I have a tool part or accessory organizer, like a drawers next to my desk, and I have all my dice separated by dice type rather than sets. So anytime I need 1,000 D8s, for example, I just pull out all my D8s.
I keep my metal dice separated out just because those are the ones I usually use.
Yes, the metal glass gem, those ones don't just go in the thing, but all my plastic and resin dice sorted.
The question is, Jenna, what is in your Random Encounters Guild box? What set is in there though?
I believe Norse Foundry. Yes. They are the rainbow iridized ones with skulls on them.
Okay.
Which is like Jenna incarnate. They're not for this game though. They are they're for Call of Cthulhu and Dune because they like to roll low. So these are my Dune dice.
Speaking of that, did you see Modifius is giving away free PDFs of the Dune core rulebook? Did you see Dave reposted it?
I did see that, and I already have all of the I've got.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had it or not. But...
Yeah, I went to the website to try and do it. It didn't work, and then I got frustrated. Stopped
Well,
looking at it.
one,
It's
I
doing. I
can.
don't,
I'll share it with you because it's like it was confused. Like when I first went to it, it redirected me to the US site,
yeah.
and then I went back and clicked the link again, and it went to the
Oh, okay. Okay.
it followed
so
the
that-
link.
So that's all I need to do then.
But you can either try it again or I can share it with you. I mean, they're giving it away for free, so I don't mind sharing it.
And it's Dune. I know that it's a cheap clone of Tremors, and that's all I need to know.
Wow. Oh my.
There's somebody out there who is planning on hunting you down right now.
The opinions of Kevin do not reflect the opinions of Random Encounters.
Okay, well, I mean,
as a weight
okay.
guy, that was the hottest take I've ever heard.
Okay, well, I'm going to quantify it by this. On one hand, you have Kyle MacLachlan. On the other hand, Kevin Bacon. So, it's...
So, the Dune. Well, okay, I guess there's more than one, but the 2D20 Modiphius Dune is based on it's house politics. I mean, technically, like, there can be worms and stuff, but the point of the game is you're in a noble house and doing house backstabby politics things. So the fact that you said that version of Dune was the same as Trevor's is just so funny to me. And now I'm imagining doing a hack with this Dune game, but instead of houses, it's like the people stuck on top of their literal houses in Tremors, and that's how you're, like, separated out. I'm so happy right now.
I don't know,
So well.
I look at it this way. If you were to ask random people that are at least tentatively aware of Dune what they know about Dune, they're going to say sandworms. They're not going to say house politics.
They might also say Timothy Chalamet or Zendaya.
If they're, millennial. If they're, well, I guess not millennials because I'm a millennial.
It might also say Sting.
Yeah.
In his pants.
Yeah.
The first name that comes to my mind is David Lynch, but he disavowed that movie, so I probably shouldn't be my first name. But
See, Dune. I always RPG wise, I always think of Emperor of the Fading Suns, which is very directly inspired by Dune in a lot of ways. Because I played in a campaign of it that definitely had a lot of echoes of Dune, because it's got the houses and the house politics and all of that. It just lacks the sandworms and the spice.
Should we maybe introduce our characters and start playing Traveler?
We probably
What
should.
Just roll
What
up
maybe?
characters, because I can straight up run a game of Dune right now. Like, call my bluff.
We're trying to provide cover for
this
Kevin
overlay is
Hunt.
completely wrong for Dune. We got to completely rebuild if we're going to run Dune. Like this does not work for Dune at all.
Surprise! This has been my trap to get you guys to play Dune, and me not have to run the game.
You would never do that. You would just run Pathfinder.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we assume that you're that cunning. I gotta be honest here.
I would run
Let-
Dune, and I have all the stuff, and I already have multiple characters and NPCs set up.
Laziness can make a man do great things, and I am, if nothing, lazy. But
if you're the second part of that ingredient list, you let us know.
I am going to have us jump into the action. We are going to begin in media res. Your characters are currently at a bar on the space station called the Serpent's Coil. You are here to pick up a shipment of medical supplies for a colony where your mysterious benefactor is paying you lots and lots of credits to deliver through a blockade. But right now, you guys are in a bar, hanging out. Some of you might be, gambling with some of the local flora and fauna. Jenna has been, Jenna's character, Judah Greaves, is here to attempt to break into the local security system and retrieve some information that's been hidden inside of it. That is the side mission that you've been given. To allow this to happen, Judah has been given a special neuro implant, top of the line, mysterious, experimental, to help juice up the hacking skill.
So that's how they
So-
get you.
Yeah. So
Serious corporate brain implant. What could possibly go wrong?
it's not necessarily corporate. This person is, as far as you know, freelance. Think I forget the elusive man or whatever it is from Mass Effect.
Yeah.
It's been a
Okay,
while
so
since
the
I
iconic
played.
ideal of a corporate suit who controls an evil organization. Much better.
But like a little more, car salesman-y. Used car
The
salesman.
elusive man was already a pretty car salesman. I mean,
Yeah, but I remember him being a little more polished. I'm thinking a little more, like
You're thinking
Yeah.
plaid jacket.
yeah, like TV infomercial. Like quick cuts to giant dinosaurs in the middle of the desert kind of way. Like.
the great value brand elusive man.
Yeah. But still, still dangerous, and that his credits are good. So you tend to work, and he gives you nice toys every once in a while to play with while you're doing these missions that he sends you out on. So, what do you guys want to do? There's a space gambling table with some, barflies. Space gambling. I don't know, if there's
Was that a
specific
Bug
game
Life
that could.
reference?
No.
Or are there fly people in this game?
I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure that there is probably any type of
I mean, there's
alien
a beetle race.
sophons in the in the setting and everything like that. But there could be an actual fly humanoid sitting at the bar drinking nectar or something. I mean,
So we can tell them to buzz off. Got it. Okay. I mean, yeah, I could use a couple credits just for the fun of it. I'll be sitting there doing a little gambling. Why not?
That was physically painful.
I love my puns. So
Was it worse than the modern person major general? Anyway,
So I should start by saying Judah Greaves is a professional corpo hacker. Jenna Figures knows pretty much nothing about technology. So I need the two IT people in the room to buckle up, kid, because I'm about to use so many words wrong.
so I look at
Techno babble generator nearby.
yeah, like
That's-
this is
that
this
is
the
their
future.
daily lives, so they're used to it. You're good.
I pull up my flux capacitor. No. Basically what I want to do, because I need to hack into something like in a back room here, right?
No, you're able to kind of like it does require some concentration because you're doing the Iron Man HUD looking thing, but I assume that you're like posted up in a corner with a drink or something like that. You're not really like kind of mysterious. Like you're able to kind of do it more like you're staring off into space, ruminating over your drink or something like that, but you're not like at a terminal typing or anything like that.
little VR screen in her eyes. Got it.
Yeah,
Um,
some Ray-Ban Meta glasses on that, show you what's going on.
I hate it so much. I hate it so much.
Zuckbot is going to survive way into the future,
All right,
Hey.
look. If it's a Ray-Ban meta glasses sort of thing, then mine don't look like that at all. Mine are actually those like over-ear streamer headphones with the cat ears that light up RGB and has like a visor part around the front. And I'm actually on the dance floor, so I look like I'm totally vibing, not paying attention to anything else, but like inside the visor, I'm basically playing like Beat Saber, but hacking the Pentagon.
So your entire vibe is Hello Kitty meets Daft Punk.
No, they're
And
not.
as a VTuber.
They're not pink ones. She's much more goth than I am, but in a very like Abby from NCIS kind of way, like happy goth.
Pastel goth.
Hello Kitty goth.
RGB. RGB. I could say yeah, but like mostly black. And instead of cat ears, though, I think we should do bat ears. That feels gothier to me. Anyway, I'm going to start the hackathon by just doing some basic fishing, and I would like to airdrop a phishing email to, or whatever the future's version of email is, to all of the relevant workers around, and just see if I can just get someone's password before I have to do any real work.
Okay. So, unlike the way that I normally like to run games, I like to, be very steeped in the lore of the setting and everything like that. And Traveler's just way too big to, learn in the couple of months it's taken me to kind of prep for this. So I'm just going to take the easy, cheap GM way out, and everything is just space, whatever the contemporary thing is. So there's a space email that you're going to be using on the space internet.
Spoogle.
Yeah. So, if Mongoose wants to come at me about not using period correct information, then my email address is on the internet.
Yeah, if they want me to use lore accurate things, then they can pay me. And until then, I'm going to take my RGB bat ears and airdrop a phishing email.
But if they want to pay me, I'm okay with that. Like, I don't know if the guild's official, policy might not be selling out, but my personal, my code of ethos is I'll sell out immediately.
Yeah, pay me and I might read the rule book, but until then.
All right, so
that everyone has their price that bothers me. It's that price is always so low.
Yeah, we got to unionize as sellouts.
It's hard out there. All right, so then give me a electronics computers roll then. You could add your intelligence modifier to it if you would like.
All right, and these are D6s like last time?
Yeah, two D6s. Traveler works off of a target number, so depending on the level of complexity of the task that you're trying to do, there'll be a certain target number. I believe 8 is the standard.
8 is average.
Yeah.
I don't... Please forgive me. I have black dice with colored letters, but I don't have RGB. I have almost.
What good are you?
I know.
Well, we have to figure
Well,
the fact
two, anyway.
that dice
Immersion
usually have
broken.
numbers, not letters.
Christmas gift for Jenna. Hold on.
Black dice with green letters. But here's the thing. I only need 2 anyway, so if I do the red and the blue, then we can pretend that I'm not using green because it's Traveler's fault. It's not my fault.
Because your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got your hair. It's
Yeah. This is all normal and fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2d6, which is double 3s, and then intelligence and computers.
Yeah.
Okay, my intelligence score is 11, so that's
Plus 1.
Okay, so 6 plus 1 is 7, and then computers is 2, so that's 9.
Okay. All right. So you're sending out, messages to like the station staff and everything like that, hoping that you get some sort of mid-level functionary who clicks on the link for free space pizza or something like that. Puts their password into space Microsoft 365, and you're able to get the credentials. If you rolled too low, the Roy G. Biv hacker that was defending the place was going to beat you because Roy G. Biv always beats RGB. But that was a color joke for everyone. Don't laugh too much.
That's
well.
careful. I have an art degree. I'll crush you.
It's fine.
You start criticizing art, we start criticizing IT.
Yes. All right. So you're able to, after about like 20 minutes, you're able to get some login information to get into the local intranet. So this way, not like the publicly available network. What is everyone else doing while this is happening?
So I presume we all we're all in on this. We've already.
Yeah, you're all aware. Like you were. Hey, this is the main mission, but as you guys were prepping for getting, coming here, getting in the ship, and coming out here, your benefactor reached out and said, "Hey, I have an add-on to this. Here's, I'll give you 10,000 extra credits per person if you, help me out with this." It obviously, if you set off the wrong countermeasures, it can bring a level of security down on you that just picking up a shipment isn't necessarily going to have. So there is a little bit of extra danger involved in this. But, he assures you that it's a relatively benign thing that you're doing.
Okay.
There it is.
Blanton Jameson will, like I said, he's just doing some casual gambling with his keeping an eye on the front door and having a little drink. Nothing special, just making sure we don't have any extra visitors that we don't want.
All right. So yeah, at the one of the gambling tables, there's two gentlemen. They look like the bullies from A Christmas Story. So Scott Farkas and I forget the little one's name. And they haven't been doing good all night long, and then you showed up, and you're probably not helping that at all. So they are a little ornery, but they haven't reached the violence level of things yet.
Okay.
So Henry is sitting nearby to the dance floor, primarily to keep an eye on our hacker to make sure she doesn't, get her brain short-circuited while trying to do this. But he's playing the part of the old soldier, and telling slightly outrageous war stories to people nearby as a cover.
The barfly is very intrigued by your war stories.
Hey, quick question. It doesn't actually matter either way, but for something like the role that I just did, is the fact that I have profession corpo hacker, would I be able to use that instead of computers at any point, or is that like a very specific thing?
I guess you could have used that instead if the modifier is higher, if you want to use that going forward. If I call for a specific skill roll and you have something that might fit better, or you can BS your way into thinking about, then I'll usually I'm pretty easygoing with that kind of stuff, and we'll let you do it. So just going forward, you do that.
Cool.
All right. So Casey Barton, what are you doing?
He is in a far corner where, like, he's gone all Aragorn. He's sitting. He has a drink that he's not drinking, but he can see the door and his 3 crew members. And he's just observing. So far, everything's going to plan. Henry was going to be the distraction, so he's just observing and running security.
And for the record, as far as the gambling goes, these are such small, petty stakes. I don't mind losing a few intentionally, just to keep them happy, keep them interested, and maybe even make some contact.
Okay. Give me a gambling roll to see how well you're able to, thread the needle on losing, realistically and.
With an intelligence modifier, so 9.
Okay. All right. So you're able to, play the game and play the people at the table with you pretty well. You can tell that they're kind of getting angry, and you are able to kind of throw some hands, so this way they win back some of their money and everything like that. But they seem to be people that are probably live on the station, haven't left the station since they probably came here if they weren't already born here. So they're not used to seeing large amounts of money, you know, they're
Right. So if I'm
You know, so
down
you-
20, 30 credits,
yeah,
I
for
don't
them it's
care.
just like, oh, this is good. This is, you know, like this will buy me a nice dinner, whereas for you
Right.
it's just like I breathe and make this kind of money. So all right, so Jenna, you've made it into the internal network, and you know that there's a couple of more deeper layers of security that you have to get through to get to this file that your benefactor is looking for. So give me another, you know, computers or profession corpo hacker, whatever you want. This target number is going to be a little bit higher. We're going to make this one a 10.
Okay. But I'm just still doing the same thing. It's just kind of like level 2.
Yeah. You know,
Okay.
You'll have to do it. We'll make you have it. I'll have you do it a couple of times to get to the point where you need to do it with some increasing difficulty and also increasing risk if something goes wrong.
Sure. And then I don't fully understand. I have one of the augments that I have on my Waferjack is called Intrusion, which says it aids hacking attempts, but when I wrote everything down, it says BW 1 aid hacking attempt. What is BW? I don't know.
Bandwidth.
Bandwidth.
Yeah.
Okay.
bandwidth 1. Yeah.
So I don't know what that means. But if it helps, I have a Waferjack with something that helps with hacking attempts.
So for this particular thing, the device that was given to you is going to kind of supersede that. This
Because I've
device
done a
is
special thing. Okay.
yeah. So this one, the rules that I created for it, it's limited use. You use it for 3 attempts, but it gives you a +6 dice modifier to your roll that you're used to hacking. So you'll want to use that probably as you get deeper into, you know, where because like the target number for hacking into a secure computer network is a 14+.
Gotcha.
I figured for, you know,
On a standard roll for your thing, the bandwidth is the bonus it gives you to your dice roll.
Right.
So, like, if you were making this hacking roll and using your normal intrusion software, and it has a bandwidth of 1, you basically have a +1 bonus.
Gotcha. Okay. I see. I'll probably need to rewrite this so it makes more sense then. I just kind of wrote down what was in the book, but it didn't mean anything to me. So I'll probably need to rewrite it so that I understand what it is. Anyway, that was a 3 and 4 on the dice. So I think a 10.
okay, so that was enough. You're able to kind of break through into, you know, the next level. You were able to hop between, you know, this low-level functionary into like his boss's account and kind of get in a little deeper. You are starting to see access to, you know, emails for the holding company that owns the station that you're on and everything. You know, there's nothing outwardly spicy that you see, but you know that the files that you're looking for are going to be a little bit more, a little deeper into the system here. Anyone else doing anything interesting?
Nope, I think this is Jenna's show as far as Henry's concerned.
Order another round of drinks for the other two gamblers as well.
At this point, you've made 2 new friends. They seem to really like you, even though you're, you know, at the beginning of the night you were kind of cleaning the clock with them on the gambling, you know, whatever game you're playing, space
poker.
Yeah, space poker.
Spoker.
You're playing Epsilon Iridani Hold'em instead of Texas Hold'em. This is going exactly as I thought it was going to go.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you want us to start trouble,
I figured that it when I was just like, you guys could kind of do what you want. I figured someone was gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna hit this guy next to me in the head with a glass bottle and then start a fight.
Well, not yet.
I mean, you start off strong. I figured that might
The
happen.
night is young.
We are professionals. Thank you.
All right. So about a hour has gone by with Jenna poking around in the system trying to find a place to access where you believe the secure storage for this file is. So we're gonna get one last hacking roll.
Okay.
So this is gonna be the big one. Big risk, big reward. Depending on if you fail it, depending on how bad you fail, it's probably going to alert someone. You may, looking at kind of the defenses that you've been probing this entire time you've been here, they might be able to pinpoint to a general location where you are. The station you're on is not super big, but it's there. If you figure security, unless they know exactly where you guys are, you might be able to sneak past them and get back to the loading bay, the docking bay with your ship and get out of here, assuming that the cargo has been completely loaded by the time this happens. The space teamsters, they could be a little slow sometimes. Gotta take their space union breaks. All right, so this one is going to be a
If this
target number 14. You can use your special thing. That's a +6 on whatever your roll is.
These dice are not my friend. They're very mid today. So that was 5, and then I have a +3 from the other things. 5 + 3 is 8, and 8 + 6 is 14.
14.
All right, look at that.
Is
All
it
right,
me that
so-
beat it?
I think it's meets beats.
Okay.
Meat speeds, yeah.
So, all right, so you're able to get in. So
But just
inside,
barely squeaking in, you might have drawn some more attention in the process. So let's hurry this up.
all right.
I
So
don't know what you could possibly be talking about. That being said, I also found a couple employees' personal stashes of files, and I've been saving some of them away and maybe renamed some of them and moved them into a folder that is actually for professional stuff, so they might accidentally send it to their boss instead of what they really meant to send. Just kind of trolling a little bit.
right. So yeah, you're able. So you find a relatively heavily redacted file. If you want to read it, you can. I think I had it in Foundry, but since I'm not dealing with Foundry today, it's too long for this message. So I will send it to you in Discord in a private message. So if you don't want to share it with your friends, you can.
So fancy.
I had a handout that I created and everything, but I didn't feel like dealing with firewalls and getting access to.
Just
Factory
after,
all set
apparently
up.
I'm great at it.
Yeah, I was. I had to do a bunch of running around today, so I didn't get as much sleep as I wanted to. So I pretty much slept right until about we were starting the game. So, all right. So Jenna signals to everyone that who's gotten the file, and you guys can avail yourself of other attractions on the space station, or go back down to the docking bay to see if the loading has been completed.
The signal is she stops dancing to what is just unreasonably goth music in a bar. There's no reason for this. It's like she's dancing to The Cure. Why? Who does that? But she does. So when the song ends, she flips the visor back up and goes whew, I need a drink. Who's buying? You? We're celebrating.
And I imagine the Cure song that she's dancing to is Friday I'm in Love. Just because.
My favorite Cure song is actually Underneath the Stars, but it's a difficult one to dance to. So, yeah.
Imagine.
Well, it's the Cure, so.
I didn't say I couldn't. I just said it's difficult.
I mean,
Anyway.
nobody dances to Noodly Loo that Scott wasn't to anyway, so.
What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, we're playing a space game.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
Well, so
I'm going to sit down with my drink, which I've earned, by the way. I worked so hard for this one. It took an extra, like, 10 whole minutes. Anyway, I trust that your evenings have all been productive, too.
Meh. Had a drink. Can't be that bad. And why am I buying your drink?
Because I'm celebrating.
I believe the phrase is sucker.
Fine. You're buying next time, though.
Scout's honor.
hmm Well, Kafarov will wrap up his tall tale that's not so much actually a tall tale and sort of wander that way and sit down at the table as well. So I take it you got what you were looking for there?
Well, I found some fun things. The meme game in this place is not particularly strong, but you know, it's fine, I guess. I mean, I did find the file that we were looking for. It's pretty heavily redacted, unfortunately, like even for me. There's not a whole lot of names in here as far as like personnel. Is there any of this, Kevin, that would like do I have context for any of this? Or is this just they told me to go find something, this is what I found, I have no idea what they're looking for?
You know what? Give me a straight intellect roll.
Sure. Is it still just a regular 2d6?
Yeah, everything skill wise, check wise is going to be the 2d6 plus whatever dice modifier number from attribute and or skill.
Sure. Let's do these guys. Oh, 4 and a 1. So that's 5. Say that again? Attribute.
Yeah, your intellect.
Yeah, intellect bonus. So for this,
So
one,
that's just a +1, right? Because mine's 11.
11, so +1. Yeah.
Yeah, so I only got a 6.
Whopping 6.
Okay, so you feel like an itch in your brain that it seems familiar, but it's not something that is immediately coming to mind. You feel like you've heard something about this in your past, corporate life. Maybe a project that you heard about being whispered in the hallways and everything like that.
Got it. I know exactly what this reminds me of. Have you guys ever seen the movie Super Troopers? Not Super Troopers, Starship Troopers. That's the one.
Those are very different.
See how you get those. Okay. They're so similar.
On a very related note, I have not been able to take my medication in a number of weeks and just started taking it today. So it will take me a while for like English words to come back. But until then, Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. Yes.
Car ramrod
Just the
on
both of them, by the way. Yes.
I'm doing my part. Anyway, that's totally what this reminds me of. They're talking about like things blowing up and something about a swarm and something about spontaneous activation. We all know what that's code for. Whatever. And as she's saying this, though, I would like to look around because Judah is like super paranoid at all times. Is anybody listening, and did anybody make any sort of like faces at any of the words that she just used? Like, is anybody around them, like, does she register any change from using some of those like buzzwords?
No, the place is pretty bumping at this point. You know, like it's, you know, like a space Saturday night. So this way, you know, there's a lot of people here that
Saturn Day night.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm assuming that I'm pretty sure that they use the same calendar that we do, so it would just be a Saturday night, but we're in space, so why not?
So, assumedly, you know, Jenna's character, or Judah rather, has the file, you know, in her head. But just based off what she's describing, even as redacted as it is, can Henry get any idea through one of his science skills or medical or anything what this might actually pertain to?
Or military operations that we might have been privy to.
Also a good point.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone wants to give me a straight intelligence roll, or if you have like if anyone has like profession, military, or anything like that, like I don't know what professions you guys might
Do any of
have
you
access to or picked.
kind of clue me in on the tech here, because it seems like this is like cassette futuristic, but so do we have like data bands? Do we have like
from my understanding, because of the width and breadth of technology in Traveler, you could have like one planet that, you know, is Neanderthals beating each other with stones and sticks, and then you could have, you know, like, hey, we're one step away from the singularity and becoming like, you know, one with a black hole kind of thing.
And they're right next door to each other.
So
yeah, so I think generic.
But we, us, the crew, like I have a way for Jack, but as a crew, do we have like cell phones? Do we have...
If you, I think that like you have the opportunity to buy communicators and stuff like that. And
I think we did in character creation. I think we bought.
They just kind of hand wave like storage. They're like, you're never going to have anything that's too big for whatever local device you have that you're going to store on, or local on your computer, your ship, or something like that.
You're limited on what you can run, not what you can store.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that you have, you know, an internal memory device built into your augments that allows you to store things, or you have like a, you know, a ring that you can store data on, or whatever it is, whatever you want to.
Well, I got an 11 on that intelligence check.
I'm right there with Jenna with the whopping 6.
I'm not sure what the target was, but I'm pretty sure a 4 does not hit it.
No.
Sorry, why I was asking is because if there is a way that I could discreetly send them the file without having to like pull up an iPad so everybody can see what we're talking about. Like if they have a way I can just sort of like, but if the answer is no, then I'm just going to like verbally keep talking.
Do you have?
I don't think we have an encrypted way of doing it.
Then I won't do it.
Yeah.
Judah is too.
You know what? So I'll just give me a electronics computer roll. I'll make the target number 6. So this way you could have retroactively kind of set up like a secure, you know, link between everyone's communication devices. So this way, you guys have been working together for a very long time. Like this is something that you would have thought of, you would have probably needed in the past. So
11.
Yeah. So if you want, you can, you know, you could take your like communicator out and discreetly do the.
We have like a texting. Signal group chat.
Yeah. And you're able to discreetly like send the file while you're still talking. You just have like, kind of having your hand like underneath the table and everything like that, and you're able to send the file out to everyone.
Perfect. Then I am just going to do that. I will. You can keep talking, and I will post this in Discord.
But yeah, Henry got an 11 on that roll, so hopefully he has some clue.
All right, so you, so you know that looking at some of the information in here, this is definitely like military, and it's probably some sort of like skunk works kind of project that whatever military organization this is related to is trying to keep hidden from plain view. Is there like history skill? Let's see.
For history,
Yeah.
thought that fell underneath the science. There was a history.
Well, otherwise, I feel like that might be, if without a specific one, I guess it probably felt like an education check, maybe.
Yeah, you give me either another give me an education check.
All of us?
If the rest of you guys want to, peruse the file and say that you're looking at it, yeah, sure, you guys could everyone give me an education.
I got a 9.
Same here. 9.
Not great. Education, so 7.
Looks like Scott needs some new dice.
Apparently, my role in this game is the Joe. I'm just gonna roll garbage the entire time we're playing.
Yeah, but Henry's going to kind of go through, quietly and point out, this is telltale of, some sort of black ops project.
All right, so so with your education, you remember hearing something before, a project that was being worked on before you joined the military. It was like around the time where you kind of like rose, you rose to the ranks where you were actually kind of like being told things and not just, a grunt who's, picking up grid squares and stuff like that. About projects related to some psionic research to help like encrypt data and to lock away information for later use, or to keep it safe from computer hackers and stuff like that.
Is it called MK Ultra?
It's MK Space Ultra.
Of course, yeah.
Spoltra.
MK Spoltra. But so you it tickles something in the into the back of your mind, but like you're not sure what the connection is. But as you guys are doing this, you see a grizzled older man. He's not quite like ancient, but he's probably in his like late 60s. He's got the look of someone that spent a lot of time in combat. You can see that the way that he carries himself, that he is definitely ex-military, and he is your contact from down in the loading bay, who is in charge of the company that you were picking up the supplies from to where you're bringing to your destination. And he sits down, slides down into a seat next to you guys, and you know him as Jax, Jax. He he mentions, the loading is going well, but there's some ne'er-do-wells that are, creeping around the spaceport down by where your ship is docked, and they look like they might be up to no good. So he wanted to come up here and let you guys know, because protecting the cargo as it's being moved from the storage area that he owns, he doesn't get paid for that. So if something happens, his liability insurance doesn't cover that, and you know that there's no such thing as liability insurance on the space station. So
what are we talking law level on this station?
there's guards, but there's security, but they're super corrupt. You know that the station you're on, the Serpent's Coil, it's a asteroid that's been turned into a space station. Hollowed out tunnels and stuff like that. It's a lot of pirates and smugglers and people dealing space reefer and everything like that.
So, being in armor and carrying a
Of course,
weapon is not out of the ordinary and would probably not draw much attention.
No, walking around with, as long as you're not like running around like shooting your gun at people randomly or shooting in the air and stuff like that, like security just kind of knows that everyone's kind of armed. But if you were to get into a conflict and then use a weapon that hurt someone or killed someone, you're gonna have to pay them more money to look the other way.
Right.
Unless it's one of them, then they're gonna take you into the back and beat you with a sack of oranges.
as one does.
Oranges?
Yeah, they don't leave a
Space oranges.
They don't leave a mark. That or a phone book, which I don't think that they'd have in outer space, but
If they've got the cure, they've got a phone book.
We have the cure now, and we barely have phone books. So
Just because Judah has the cure does not mean you can assume that she can get her hands on a whole bunch of stuff that normal people wouldn't have.
grooving to the oldies.
I didn't say it was oldies. You said that.
In the Traveler universe, it's what, 2,300 or so? So, by anyone's definition, I'm pretty certain that counts as oldies. Well, I reckon we should probably get down there and see what's going on if we want to get paid.
Yeah. And tech level on the station?
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it's not
Tech
like
level, yes.
it's the station itself has it has modern amenities and stuff like that. Like it has modern like data access and stuff like that. But it's a good mixture of kind of like lower tech kind of stuff. More akin to say Firefly compared to Star Trek.
That makes sense.
So probably about 10, but roughly.
So
Got it.
so better.
Better? No.
Fewer gadgets, but Anyway.
I'm pretty sure that even Star Trek, the animated series, got more seasons than Firefly did.
But should it have? Anyway.
Probably not. But
Okay.
Well, Henry will finish his drink and
Well, yeah, we're not going to let it go to waste.
Okay, exactly. Get to his feet and
All right, so it takes you about
with his boot. It's like, come on.
So it takes you about like 10, 15 minutes, you know, to kind of weasel your way through the corridors and the tunnels and everything like that. And you get down to the docking bay that your ship is in. And everyone give me a...
If you're looking for the equivalent of perception, you're looking for recon.
Yeah, give me either a recon or a streetwise roll to kind of take in the
there we go.
the area.
I have 0 in recon and streetwise, so I guess that doesn't matter.
And you can add in your intellect modifier.
All right.
Also.
Oh, good. That gives me a 10.
I rolled well. That gives me a 13.
All right.
I rolled an 11, so.
Because I do have recon.
Yeah, so do I.
I have recon and intellect, and I've got a 7.
I have an 8.
She has neither. And rolled better than me.
Well, I have 0 in recon and street.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You still roll better than me.
But a 0 counts.
A 0
though,
just
right?
means
Like,
you're
I'm
rolling.
Yes.
allowed to roll them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you did not have at least 0, you would actually be taking a -3 on your roll.
That's
Yeah.
what I. Yeah.
You're allowed to roll any skill you want.
Unless you're me, because I have jack of all trades.
Yeah, unless you have Jack of all
Right.
trades. All right. So before we get into this, since we have a request in chat to kind of give an overview of everyone's characters, give everyone a chance to introduce themselves.
And we didn't even do that at the beginning, really. We just jumped in. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to do things differently.
Is that what you
You know,
call it?
that was the cold open, and now we're rolling the credits of the episode. All right, so we'll start on the top left of the screen. Scott, give us an overview of who Casey Burton is.
Casey Burton is a former Navy man. His dream was to be a Navy officer, but it didn't pan out because his player rolled trash in character creation. So he kind of floundered in the Navy. He had a career in the Navy, but he got out and bought a ship and formed a crew, and now he does jobs for hire. Kind of a Han Solo type guy, just does what he has to do to get by. And I'll throw it to Jenna.
Judah Greaves is she used to be a very respectable corporate espionage consultant. Yeah, she was a corpo hacker. Things went bad on a job, and a rival company hurt her widow feelings, and she took that personally and created problems. And then she was on the run for a while and maybe turned to a little piracy just for fun, and now we're back to hacking, but like not for corporations.
All right, so then I'll go down to Chad with.
Sorry, I
Henry
forgot to
Brown.
popcorn to you.
It's okay.
So my character is Lieutenant Colonel Henry Kafarov. He was a was a bit of a prodigy. Went to the Imperial Marine Academy, graduated with honors, and joined the Marines as a combat medic. He was gravely wounded in the Siege of Ironhold on Croydon 4. But as a young lieutenant leading his fellow soldiers in repelling the assault and saving several lives, he was heavily decorated for it, but it's sort of haunted him ever since. He left the Corps, spent a brief time as a civilian doctor and scientist, and something's driven him to leave that comfortable life and sort of seek adventure again out amongst the stars with this group of interesting folks.
And then that brings us to Major Blanton Jameson.
Major Blanton Jameson, the son of a minor noble on Henaz in the Rylnor subsector. Well, has daddy issues because daddy never thought he was good enough for anything. Being the third son, he was kind of, a backup to the backup. I did go to the Rylnor Army Academy. I graduated, mostly. I did get commissioned into the Army. Spent another 3 terms in the Army. Various missions, nothing super extraordinary, nothing that he got any decoration for. However, in his 3rd term in the Army, did receive a critical injury where his left arm was pretty much crushed, so it had to be replaced. Nothing out of the ordinary as far as bionic arm, but it was a prosthetic that was good quality. And they said, thanks for coming, have a nice day. Well, but Blanton wasn't quite done having adventures and knew of the buddy that in the Navy that had bought this ship, so we're like, yeah, sure, it beats going back to Henaz and dealing with dad. So here I am.
You didn't want to retire with a tiny pension, a gold watch, and a sorry about your hand?
I didn't even get long enough to get a pension, so no, not really.
All right, so that is our players. All right, so you reach the docking bay, and you see about 4 generic, spacer type outfitted, kitted out people, kind of standing in the corner, kind of eyeing up your ship, eyeing up the cargo that's going over there. They don't look like they look like they have maybe some nefarious meaning behind their actions. They haven't done anything overtly aggressive yet, but you guys arrive on the scene. So what do you guys want to do?
So they look street, not like security or anything official.
No, yeah, they do not look like they're
No patches or anything.
And you do notice that they do kind of have taking a closer look at it, you do notice that they all kind of look like they're kind of dressed very similar, so you're assuming that maybe they're all part of some sort of organization, but they don't have they don't have Space Cop on their back or anything like that,
Space Motorcycle Club.
Just real quick, thank you for the sub, Bacalito. Thank you for joining in the chat and being active. But yeah, thank you for the sub. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Yes, thank you.
So they're just kind of hanging around, looking tough at the moment. Is that?
Yeah, you see them like whispering to each other and stuff like that. Like they're your guys, the uninitiated, you would just think that they're just kind of hanging out, not doing anything. Like they're just kind of like there. But because you guys are, trained military, you know that they look like they're sizing up the area and they're probably looking to make a move to do something that they shouldn't.
When you say that, I realize that I'm not in the military, but that's one of those game recognized game things. Like, it's really easy to spot a cop or someone in the military base by like how they move and how they hold themselves. Are they like just street thugs and it looks like it's going to be trouble, or are these like trained professionals and it looks like it's going to be trouble?
They look like they're more School of Hard Knocks trouble. Like,
So sloppy. Got it.
They're not professionally trained, but they still look like they could be dangerous. So they probably grew up in a bad area and learned how to, survive as opposed to being taught how to end someone's life professionally.
And how many are there? 3?
4.
4.
4. Okay. Does one appear to be the leader?
No, they all kind of look like they're equally not 100% sure what to be doing. You see that from the way that it looks, they probably are a little nervous about what they have to do. And it doesn't look like there is an actual like leader that would be like, all right, guys, this is what we're going to do. They're all kind of like, oh, well, we should go do, like they seem hesitant. And you would assume if that there was like an actual person in a leadership position that they would have probably made a move at this point already.
Well,
We're hoping for an opportunity for probably a quick credit, snatch and grab sort of thing.
we could do a good old-fashioned honeypot if you guys have my back, or we could try and maybe scan their faces and figure out who they are and scare them away. We could just get in an old-fashioned fight. It's been so long.
Or we could just beat the shit out of them.
I mean, I think I know which way Kevin's trying to get this to go.
Well, of course you are. All right.
No, I have multiple ways that this could go. I mean,
No, there's only one way this is going to go. So here's the plan. I will walk past them on the phone and see if I can maybe like lure them into an alley or something, and then you guys follow and we'll clean up.
Did we suddenly switch to Blades in the Dark? I feel like we suddenly switched to Blades in the Dark.
I was never not playing Blades in the Dark.
Everything is Blades in the Dark.
Fair enough.
It always devolves into Blades in the Dark.
Well, when you're playing with me... Okay, look, we have 2 options here. One of which is that... Jenna plays Blades in the Dark. And the other option is I just roll hacking. Every time.
we could try and hack their minds.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to try and hack their minds, but I was going to try and maybe scan their faces and see if I could pull up who they were and if they have any, like, warrants or, anything I can email them about, or...
Sure, give me a...
Like, spoof a phone number and pretend to be their mom calling and get them to go home.
Sure, give me a hacking roll. This one will be a little harder because, like, the local network isn't, it doesn't have access to, like, personnel data from across the entire, like, universe. So I'll make this one,
What am we even here for?
I'll
Don't
make
ever
this
look at
12.
real-world satellite communications.
Going for a 12. Okay.
I'll make this, well, I mean, Traveler doesn't have FTL communications, so, that's part of it.
I just need to, look up... Sorry. I have the ones that I have.
You can use your special one on this one if you want.
Yes.
You
Well,
still
I
have
have
to-
one called Intrusion, one called Expert, and one called Agent. So I have to look up. And I should have had it.
It's okay.
For what you're doing is probably the intrusion. Agent is needed to run the intrusion program.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. And what was the other one you said you had?
I have Intrusion and Expert and Agent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, expert
Okay,
program
so
manager,
that's I can use Expert to make a skill check as if I had the skill based
Right,
on
but
the
you already
spell
have-
I'm with. But I already
yeah.
have
Right,
it.
but you already
That's-
have the skill, but you have
So
the
it's-
intrusion to add
Okay. Yes.
your
that's what I
bandwidth
need.
to your roll.
Sorry, I am learning.
That's
how
okay.
So that says bandwidth 1.
Of 1. Yes.
So that's basically a +1.
Yes.
Okay.
While she is doing that, I want to take the time to look at the layout and find vantage points. Basically, I'm going to roll a tactics military to see if we can triangulate our attack a little bit better.
Okay.
Except for I dropped the dice.
This is either 14 or 15. My brain is shutting down. I rolled a 5 and a 6.
That's 11.
Right. Yeah,
11.
that's 11. Intellect is a +1, so that's 12.
12.
Electronics
Intrusion.
computers is a +2, so that's 14. And then I get a +1 from the Waferjack thing.
The intrusion program, so 15.
Okay, 15.
Okay. All right. So you do a quick, scan, and you're able to find.
Yeah, do they have like warrants out, or they're like in the local?
You are able to find their entry records, like when they came onto the station. Because I mean, they still, even if it is a relatively lawless area, station management still wants to get files on everyone that comes in because they might be able to use it against them later on. So
Information's money, yes.
yeah, so you see that these people are, there's nothing. They don't seem to have any like criminal record that was pinged when they entered the station or anything like that. But they did mention that they are here with an organization called Omnistellar Minerals.
So they're roughnecks.
So these guys are probably, the boss's men that keep the miners in check and everything like that. So they're probably a rough and tumble kind of crew.
Gotcha. Just quick question. Would my background in corporations, obviously the mining part itself, no, but the like corporate admin part, do I know or have any connection at all with that particular company?
And you
Would
said
you like
Omnistellar what?
mining?
Mining, thank you.
Well, I just
minerals,
don't have
minerals.
the context
Minerals,
right
minerals.
now to know if this is just like this is a throwaway Acme thing or if that's a name that's important to the story.
It depends. Do you want to make this a part of your backstory? And you do have a corporation that was a rival to the corporation you worked for and did do some things for you in your past.
Yep, they did. And I am a little bit of an eco-terrorist and have a background in ecology, so mining, strip mining, that sort of thing would kind of fit the bill. So I like the idea of that. I wasn't sure if it was like, this universe's version of Coca-Cola where everybody obviously knows it, right? Because I
No,
don't
this
know any
is-
Traveler lore.
Yeah, no, this is not. This is a created for this adventure. Can be something that has a connection to any of the players or don't.
I don't know that maybe they're my exact direct rival, but I think they might have like run in the circles. Like I might have in previous in my previous career had some dealings and maybe made some difficulties and maybe lost some paperwork for this particular company.
Okay. So you have some connection. You're aware of some of the stuff that they do. You do know that they're. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I just turn to everybody, like I just kind of like my eyes like look up for a second, and I flip back in and I go, oh, these guys are schmucks.
Okay.
Like, we almost have nothing to worry about. Like, their corporate structure is just absolutely a mess. Like, no one's coming to help these guys. They don't know what they're doing. This is gonna be easy.
Okay. Looking at the layout here, if we want to go wet and wild things, you know, if one of us go over that side, basically we can kind of catch them in a crossfire. Translation, I got an 11 on my tactics roll, which will give us if we do go into a firefight, gives us a +3 on our initiative rolls.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, this is like a kind of a bog standard, you know, sci-fi loading dock. You know, there's crates everywhere, and you know,
Heavy
space
equipment. Yeah.
space stevedores, you know, with little red like caps moving things around with robot forklifts and everything like that. You know,
What's
so
a
it's
stevedore?
A dock worker, basically.
yeah.
Someone who loads and unloads cargo.
Oh, okay.
That's the technical term for them is stevedores.
I don't remember what word I'm thinking of, but matador, that's what I got it confused with.
That would be interesting.
The little hats. Okay.
All right, so there's one guy.
Super Trooper. That's what you got to confuse with. Super.
Yeah, there's one guy who looks like he's in charge of the stevedores, but he's dressed like a matador and he has a red cape.
Well, see, now I'm picturing that they've got like
There's
cargo
a
bots.
mechanical bull back at the bar.
They've got cargo bots and they direct them with red capes. So they wave it over here and then have to get out of the way.
Now, whenever someone does something wrong, he makes them run at him with a red cape, and he pulls it away, and it's just next to the wall.
Whole Looney Tunes.
Yeah, very very Bugs Bunny.
No, I don't think. And Henry's like, I don't think we necessarily need to hurt these fellas if we can run them off. I'd rather not have to mess with station security.
True.
Are any of you guys good at lying?
Lying?
You'd think that I would have deception, but I don't.
You know,
I have diplomat, but I do not have deception. Although, again, jack of all trades.
I do have streetwise, but only at 0. That might come in handy.
And diplomacy is based off of social, correct? Typically.
Usually.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Because I feel like one option, if you don't want to fight them, if somebody is particularly good at 1, barking orders, or 2, lying through their teeth, I rolled like dumb high and added this to part of my backstory. So I feel like giving you some sort of like, you're part of this corporation badge credit thing, and then you go up to them and be like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be somewhere else. Go away. Is like totally an option. I don't do like physical dirty work, so this is in meat space. That's somebody else's problem.
I mean, I'll go in.
I can as well.
Casey is not deceptive. He doesn't lie. He would just club the first one on the right. He would club him in the knee, and go into it. But if somebody wants to try and be deceptive, that is not Casey's thing.
Well, I have diplomacy, so I was going to say about having Henry go in and just kind of see if he could shoo them off before.
So one thing that we can do is something that Traveler has called a task chain, where everyone kind of rolls skills as parts of steps to achieve a goal. And depending on how well you roll your skill, gives a bonus to the next person, next person, next person. So if you all roll well, you could give a very good bonus to the person at the end. So like the example that they use in the book, finding a buyer for cargo of illegal goods, for example, calls for a streetwise to check to find a fence, then a broker check to negotiate the price, and then the results of the streetwise check would influence the quality of the fence, which would then affect the broker check. So we can do a task chain if you want. So one person does this, then the next person does this, this, and this, to attempt to scare them away or lull them into a false sense of security or whatever you want to do. So let me know what you guys want to do.
Well, Henry's not opposed to a fight, but at the same time, it's not really. It's messy because it'll attract unwanted attention. So Henry's actually just going to kind of walk up to him. He's got his hand resting on the hilt of his saber, which I've got it statted as a cutlass, but I figure it's a Marine Corps saber, essentially. And he'll just walk up and say, "Well, can we help you, gentlemen? You look like you might be waiting on something."
You see that they all kind of look at you and then turn and they start kind of whispering to each other. They kind of push one guy forward to kind of be the leader, and he's just like, "No, we're just admiring the pretty ship. It's very pretty. I grew up on a ship like that once."
Oh, so he doesn't have deception either.
Well, I can appreciate that. You are making the stevedores and some of the other people around here a bit nervous, so I'd appreciate it if you could just move along. We wouldn't want to get station security, anybody else called with no cause.
And I'll step around the corner as he's doing that, a good ways off, and just stand there and put my hand on my holster.
He's just standing there menacingly. And if it takes a diplomacy roll or something, I can give that a shot. But he's hoping to kind of just nudge him along. But
all right, so Casey and Judah, what do you guys want to do?
Casey is working his way around. Is it possible to work his way around behind them?
They're kind of in a corner.
Okay.
They're not completely stupid and don't know what they're doing. There's a little bit
from the top rope.
Little bit of intelligence. Yeah, if you wanted to try and climb up on some crates or something to get an elevated position,
No, Casey will just kind of step in behind Henry and just kind of step up and be standing there.
I would like to casually not be affiliated with this group, especially since I know that these people might know people who might know people who might know me. That's already too close of an association with my background for Judah's comfort. So she is going to casually not be here, and if she can, you tell me what the best option is, because you kind of know where we are, and I am having a hard time envisioning things. Would it be better for me to try and hack into security cameras to see kind of multiple angles and then come in over comms and do an Oracle thing? Or would it be more reasonable for Judah to try and hack into the system that is arranging all of the shipping containers and stuff so that I can move them around to give my friends more cover?
So the way that I'm envisioning where you are right now, like I said, they're kind of posted up in a corner. So they're not like exactly like, in the corner, like hugging into it, but they have the corner to their backs, so this way someone can't try and come around. But they have a clear line of sight from where they are towards where, like the crates are being loaded onto your guys' ship and everything like that. And there are some like, I'm not thinking shipping containers, I'm thinking like crates, like,
Yeah.
3 or 4 feet high, something act like 2 or 3 high or something like that.
But I
like,
was also envisioning, like, along with the people, there's also like this kind of Star Wars style little droids that are basically just like,
yeah, there is, like, so there's some robots that are moving crates around. There are some where like
Mhm.
guys on like a futuristic hover forklift that's moving like larger boxes and everything like that.
cover forklift certified. Nice.
I never said they were certified. This is a pirate haven. They're not certified.
Okay, in that case, then I would like to get myself into whatever system is controlling the robots and just kind of move some of the crates around to give my friends a little bit more cover. And because the robots are doing it and not connected to us at all, that will seem entirely innocuous until whenever you guys do whatever you feel like doing.
Okay. So I figure we could do this as a task chain. So I figure what we'll do is Judah will do, electronics computers to gain access to the controls for the, dock worker robots. Henry will do diplomacy. I'll have Blanton do gun combat, is like an intimidate kind of thing, so this way you're just like to kind of show that you're not just like, oh, I have a gun, like I have a gun and I know how to use it, so you need to be careful. What would Casey like to roll to kind of support this, if you want to be part of it? Not everyone has to join into the task chain if you don't want to.
I mean, he's definitely trying to intimidate, but I don't know what I would.
And I mean, I could take gun combat, like if you want to, or melee if you're using like a melee weapon or something like that, to kind of make that more the focus of your intimidate, or like a streetwise if you want to just, kind of like mean mug them in like a, I'm more dangerous than you are, back down kind of way, or if there's something else that you could think of. An athletics check, I could think, to just kind of like be the strong man.
Leadership?
I could take leadership. All right, so what order do you guys want to do these checks in? I was assuming that the end of the chain should be the diplomacy check.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think I would go. Yeah, I would think I'd go. Which I said I would move the crates around and stuff. But if you guys had something specific you needed me to do for you, I am fully, like if you wanted a vice president of Omnistar badge, I can, like it wouldn't be a real one. It might be a real one. You don't know me.
No, I think like having you kind of gain control of some of the devices, the loading devices in the area would be good if it breaks into combat. Because if people go bad enough and goes in combat, you'll have that as an advantage during combat. So you're planning for a contingency, so you're not exactly necessarily helping this specific thing, but you're helping the overall situation, depending on which way it goes. So,
and that is my chosen thing. But if one of you was like, "Oh, I have this plan. I need this."
No, I like that. I hadn't thought of that plan. I like that plan. Just throwing out for maybe not this time, but future. You had mentioned getting control of cameras and such, which might slow down the law enforcement response. Which, and evidence, but no, I'd say go with the crates for right now, though.
I think it's a crate plan.
I'm leaving. I'm out. Oh, my Vargers are attacking. Vargers attacking.
Yes, get them. Plan part 2. I rolled really low on that one, so it was only no, what did I say? It's only an 8.
It's generally the average target number, so that may be fine. We'll have to see.
Depends on the guild sanctioned troll.
Oh, damn.
That was one of the dogs. I thought that was a beep or something.
They're tracking collars.
Gotcha.
All right, so yeah, I will just set for everything leading up to the diplomacy check. I'll just use a standard target number, so that'll be an 8. So whoever's going first. So I guess Scott, you want to do the leadership role first to kind of set the mood, you know, to kind of like guide the course.
Shit.
You have other dice? You should swap out.
That's a 5.
5.
Okay.
All right, so you've failed with effect of a -3, so that incurs a -2 dice modifier check onto. Who wants to go next?
I'll go with the gun combat,
Okay.
intimidation thing
All right, so give me a gun combat roll.
with a -2. Was it?
Yeah, -2.
All right, so -2 plus 2, so whatever these dice say. Well, not as bad as his. I got a 7.
7.
This is going well.
Isn't it
All
though? Isn't it?
All right, so that's going to bring us to Judah's roll. So you're going to roll a electronics computers to attempt to hack into the local area control network for the dock worker robots. You'll have a -1 to this roll.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to read this book to figure out what my augments all do. I'm working on it. But let's see. 7 on the dice, and I believe for hacking I just have a +4 for hacking, I think is my thing. So
All right,
7
so
plus
that's
4 is 11.
11.
So that's a 10.
-1, so 10.
10, so that's +2. All right, so see, effective 5. Okay, so the diplomacy check will get a +2 dice modifier on top of everything else.
Okay.
So we'll make
Could have been
this.
so much better. Could have been so
Yeah,
much worse too.
It
So,
it could have been all. Yeah. All right, so I'll set this. I'll just make this an 8. That's fine. This target for this one will be an 8 also.
Okay, and we're assuming social for the stat for the diplomacy check in this case.
Yeah, but if you want to try something, you want to, propose something else.
I mean, I'm not sure logic would necessarily talk them around, but I can try. I can use intellect to try and convince them that they really don't want any trouble with station security or us, because it might end up with them spaced. But
whatever one you want. I mean, I could see both of them. I can see.
in that
either
case,
way.
I'll go for intellect. Why? Because I have a 13. That's why. And an 11 on the dice.
All right.
okay.
So that gives me a total of 15. +2 from
right,
you
so-
guys and +2 from my intellect.
All right, so you go over and so what do you want to say to these guys?
Well, like I said, when he walked up to him, it's just like, you're making the stevedores nervous, and and my friends aren't too keen on anybody, hanging around, no matter what their intentions are. And we really don't want to get station security involved or anything, do we? Just, there's a bar just down the way. Point off towards where we are. There's some decent drink, some gambling. Just go relax a little bit while you're all out of the mines. Let's just not have any trouble.
So the leader, quote unquote, turns and looks at the other guys, and they all kind of like, you can see like they're starting to sweat a little bit, like the fact that there's two burly men with weapons standing behind you. You're a very burly man with weapons, and then there's some sort of chaos goblin in the background staring into the mid space, doing something.
I have a giant neon sign on over my head going, "I'm not with them. I'm not with them."
Just see this chaos sprite flitting around in the background. They're a little. They're like, you know what? We don't get paid enough for this. We're gonna go. I think. Oh, Mike. Yeah, we'll be right there. And then they all run off in down the tunnel outside of the docking space.
And Henry just turns to the other like, doesn't always have to be a fight. I don't want to have to patch you folks up any more than I usually do.
I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it could.
I'm beginning to understand how you got that arm. Anyway.
I'm very proud of you, of everyone. I figured this was going to turn into a fight, so.
Well, the way those rolls were going, it probably was.
I've put those dice away, by the way. Those dice are gone. I've broken out the DCC, the weird dice, D6s. So hopefully these.
Old-fashioned dice cleanse. You're going to need a copy of the first edition Dungeon Master's Guide with the Gygax's signature on it, and some candles. And anyway. And is Jax hanging around anywhere?
Jax, he followed in a little bit after you did. He took a minute to grab a drink. He was already in the bar, might as well.
But yeah.
He comes walking in as the other guys kind of come running out, and looks over at you guys, smiles and shakes his head, and then just walks back over to the people loading your ship. About another 45 minutes goes by, and they finish loading all the cargo onto the ship. You've been loaded with about 10 tons of cargo. 10 tons of cargo. You guys are aware that it contains, like medical kit, food stuff like that. But at the bottom of most of these crates is weapons, and they are shielded from scanning. So this way, if you guys are stopped, along the way, it can help you, avoid detection.
We are a peaceful transport full of humanitarian aid.
Yes.
And you are a zoo ship, so it's a little. You wouldn't have anything weird on it unless you have some sort of strange animal on there,
or a haunted.
You mean other than Jude?
Trophy room.
Yeah, or your haunted cargo bay or whatever it is. The ghosts of poor animals.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes.
I've been kicking around some descriptions of the trophy room because I kind of figure that might be, if there's going to be a creepy spot on the ship, it's probably the trophy room.
Some weird animal ghosts. All right.
For the listeners, we have a safari ship, so just if you missed that part.
Yeah. Well, now that you guys are heading onto your ship, you were given the coordinates to get to where you needed to go. You're to meet back up with your mysterious benefactor at his his palatial corpo ship that he had specifically built to go throughout the stars. So we're gonna do a little roll some more dice because everyone loves doing that.
And I guarantee you that Judah has at least 3 different plans to blow up that ship when she gets the chance.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. While I'm in here, actually, I realize that a lot of this cargo is ours, but since I'm looking at the manifests anyway to move things around, does anything look interesting? I mean, while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Might accidentally misdirect the loading of something. Yeah.
Sure, if you want to, kind of bring this idea up to the rest of the group. Someone give me an idea for a skill that you might want to roll that might, uncover something that could maybe, find its way onto your ship, or...
Because ticking off gun runners is traditionally a healthy thing to do.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even have to be that we're stealing things. It could be that the shipment of very important whatever that they thought they were going to get is actually just replaced with a crate full of rubber chickens.
Or the infamous Tootsie Roll incident from Korea or Vietnam. They literally shipped a group of Marines Tootsie Rolls because they misunderstood the code word they were requesting.
That doesn't sound like as bad of a problem as it could have been. I mean, it sounds bad, but...
I mean, given that they were asking for, ammunition, yeah, it's kind of an issue.
Yeah. Jenna, do you have investigate skill?
Let me see. Let me investigate this character sheet. There's so many things on this. There's so many things. I do not have broker.
Okay.
I feel like you did get investigate during character creation, but I can't remember precisely.
And if you want any, Judah could tell everyone, hey, I see a crate that has this. I see a shipment of this. I see a shipment of this. So if someone else has a skill, they could be like, oh, that would be useful. We can get that,
I have investigate 0.
Okay.
0. So I can do that. And then, yeah, you guys can... If you have any hints, ideas, requests.
I mean, if we're talking about one of this being medical supplies and or related things, I mean, I have a medic of 4. So if anything is at all off with any of that, I should be able to spot it. I also have science, cybernetics, and biology. So anything related to medical, I should be probably pretty able to spot.
Sure. Give me a medical roll.
I mean, since we're already here, it would be a shame to waste it.
And that's intellect plus medic skill, right?
Yeah, or education, whatever one you want to do.
Yeah. Well, intellect in this case is better, so. 11. All
right. So you
13,
find
13. I forgot to add him. I didn't add in my intellect.
All right. So
smart.
Yeah.
Looking into some of the manifests for other ships that are supposed to be coming in and everything like that. Right now, you're the only ship in this bay, and it's a small bay. It only takes 2 ships, but they have a couple of more ships that are scheduled to come in, and you never know what ne'er-do-wells might show up and kind of force their way in. You do find a 2-ton shipment of precursor chemicals for whatever the life extension process is. I don't remember the term that they use in the game.
Anagathics?
Yeah, that's it. I was going to say analgesics, but I know that's not it. So Yeah, so you hey, English. So yeah, you figure that you could grab that and try and grab that, and it could probably make a good amount of money on the black market. Find yourself a nice fence to sell it.
Accidentally misdirect one of the cargo bots to load it into the wrong ship.
Yep. Or
Exactly.
find a scientist that could turn it into it for you guys, and make you feel a little younger. All right,
Despite
so
the anagathics must flow.
yes. All right, so let's get one more computers roll from Judah. Make this one target number 6. This one's relatively easy. You're already in the system. You kind of got control.
Well, I rolled a 9 on the dice, so
Okay, so then you're good.
I think I have just kind of a +4 for general hacking. So yeah, 13.
All right, so you're able to get kind of get a couple of the space robots to move that cargo crate onto your ship too. You see Jax kind of notices it and just shakes his head and goes back to doing what he's doing. He's just like,
he saw nothing, he heard nothing,
Yeah.
he knows nothing.
I'm not paid enough for this.
Oh, is today his last day? He's one day away from retirement.
He's
Too old for
literally
this shit.
being put in the special vault that we give for people who are 2 weeks away from retirement. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong stealing a bunch of incredibly expensive life extension drugs?
Sure, nobody else is going to miss it,
I can replace it with the space equivalent of Mr. Clean magic erasers.
And that is one way to make yourself younger. You just erase the
You
use.
just scrape everything
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you guys get out to the ship and leave the dock. Now we're gonna go and we're gonna jump our first jump. So
Ooh.
we need a astrogation check and a engineer J drive check. I'm assuming that we have that amongst the team.
I don't
Maybe.
have astrogation, but I have. Is it piloting that I have? Yeah, I have pilot spacecraft.
Okay.
I have a 0 in J Drive.
Okay.
Oh wait,
I don't
is
have
J drive something
astrogation.
separate? Is J drive something separate?
It's an engineering skill. So this is to help plot the course. This is to plot the course of the jump, and then to execute the plot of the jump. Whereas piloting
What
is
is
more
wait?
like
What is M Drive?
maneuver drive.
Maneuver.
So that's like sublight
Thrusters.
There's
Yeah.
Okay, because I
astrogation-
took M Drive and didn't take J Drive.
Both are important.
Yeah.
We got
But because you have
astrogation.
M Drive, I don't know what the number is in M Drive, but if you don't list J Drive, it's still an engineering check, and you still automatically get that at
I've got a
0.
0 in J Drive and a 1 in M Drive. But
Okay.
Okay.
There's
I can shoot guns.
5 different things for piloting.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, no. Well, piloting covers cars, covers boats, covers airplanes.
Right,
No,
but you got
no,
astrogation,
no,
you got drive, you got engineer, you got fly.
Drive covers cars, wheeled,
Oh yeah.
tracked, and things like that. Flying covers hover, fixed wing, rotary wing. Pilot covers small craft like fighter, fighter
yeah.
So like
spacecraft.
a third of the skills are just transport. Wow. Okay.
So
And they're
yes.
called the King Traveler.
Yeah, pretty
after all.
much.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have
you
no-
could have you could have a traveler story where you don't leave the planet. Like you get crash landed on a planet, and they just have helicopters. That's their main
Right.
form of
Am I going to
transportation.
have to jack of all trades the astrogation roll? Is that what's looking like what's happening here?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess you come inside, and the GMPC I was going to make that was going to have the skills you guys needed to make jumps, but then I thought you guys had covered those skills, so I didn't make that character. He's sleeping. off of a bender. I was gonna make him like, a drunk and a drug abuser anyway. So like he was most of the
I
time he
dared
was just
him
kinda,
to eat one of the magic erasers, and he did.
yeah. So he just kind of wake up, pilot the ship to where you needed to go, and then like go back to sleep. So this way I didn't have to worry about him coming with you on your adventures. So yeah. For now, I mean,
we can use the ship's computer that might help the astrogation check.
so for astrogation, it's an easy check. So you only need a 4, and you can use your education modifier for it. So,
Oh, if it's education, then I can do it with expert.
okay.
So with expert, the expert software package I have mimics skills. So I make a skill check as if I had the skill at the software's bandwidth -1. And I can only do it with int and education checks, but this is education, you said.
Yeah.
So
Then the ship, I think, also does have astrogation software, but I don't remember what the level is on it.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. And for an astrogation check, if you fail it, you just do it again.
gotcha.
Oh, we don't jump into the middle of nowhere and slowly starve. Or,
No, that's if you fail. That's if you fail the J drive check.
Ah, gotcha.
So I don't know what bandwidth -1 means. Like instead
So
of
it's
a
whatever
plus, I get a negative to it. Is that what it is?
I think.
Actually, no, the
I
ship
throw
does
dice
not
on ground.
have astrogation unless we added it. We've got jump control 2, library, maneuver, and intellect.
I could not hear what you just said because I was getting my dice that I threw on the ground on accident. Do I need to roll a thing, or do I not need to roll a thing?
Our ship does not have astrogation built in.
Yeah. So we don't have any. The ship itself does not have any software to assist that would be better potentially or anything. So.
Okay. Well, I'm the pilot anyway, so it just feels kind of reasonable to me that I have some like
Oh yeah.
USB-C connector, and I kind of do.
I mean, it's either that or my character does it on the back of a napkin.
So if it's bandwidth, it says as if I had the skill at the software's bandwidth -1.
All right. So does the
bandwidth is 1, so that's just a 0 or negative?
yeah? So then that would be a 0.
Okay. So I don't get any bonuses from that, but I would still get my education bonus.
Yes.
Right, but you also don't take the negative then.
Yeah, you're not taking the -3 for rolling a skill that you don't have any training in.
Okay.
Right.
My education bonus is a +2. +2 is better than -3.
Yep.
That's
And
girl math, but it checks out.
Technically, you can't fail this.
Well, good. I rolled a 7. And 7 plus 2 is 9.
Okay.
All right, so you're able to plot the jump. Now, does anyone have engineering J drive?
Like I said, I've got a 0 in it, but that just means I don't get a bonus, right? I just get what I roll.
Yeah, you just got what you roll, and add your education.
Yeah, and your
modifier to
relevant
that,
stat.
which would be an education. And this is also a 4.
It would be really helpful if the skills told you on the side which thing they had associated with it. That would be
I think it's not always a set thing.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well.
So
then-
it's up to whatever I set it to or whatever you propose. Because if you're going to use like, say you like for initiative, when you roll initiative, it's either dexterity or intellect.
Right. You can
Because
act fast or think fast.
Yeah. So, if you wanted to use like pilot instead of intellect, you wanted to use dexterity because or like strength because you're actually like physically moving the yoke to make the ship go, or you're like I'm pressing buttons fast enough to make
Well,
sure
like
that
if
we
I've got
crash into the
diplomacy,
planet.
if I'm dealing with nobles, I would probably want to use social standing. If I'm dealing with academics, I either want to use education or intellect, most likely.
Yeah.
that sort
But
of thing.
certain things like this, it's probably set because it just this is how things are done and this is how they're that they do it. But like I said, if you're like, oh, I want to propose using this stat with this skill, as long as you can justify it in a
If we
relatively
can sell it to
reasonable
the
way.
narrator, we're good.
Yeah, if you could BS well enough, and I'm usually be like, okay, yeah, I could do that.
I'm pretty
All right,
good
so-
at guessing.
I rolled a 9.
All right, so you're good. All right, so you
PCC
guys,
dice for the win, baby.
Didn't die! Yay!
so you guys are able to enter into jump space, and it's going to take.
I give it 2 sessions until we jump drive right in the middle of a star or an asteroid or another ship. Just the way things have gone.
If Kevin ever allows us to level up, I will put that point into J Drive.
Well, you're going to get a chance to do that now. Leveling up doesn't work like it does in most other games.
No.
You train your skills during your downtime traveling between places. Jumps take about a week. It's a set. Where is it? Where'd it go? 148 plus 6D hours. So it usually takes about a week. During that time, you're studying, you're training, whatever it is. That's how you level up your skills. Like, you don't get experience for doing things like that downtime is. So for this game, there's probably not going to be a lot of traveling because it's, a relatively short thing. But if you're playing a longer campaign, that's when your character would do it. And then, depending on the dice modifier level you're trying to get for the skill, it takes longer. So it could be like, it's going to take me 8 weeks to do it. So you're keeping track of how many weeks you put in along the way to, level up that skill. So let me do some quick math.
Quick math.
Too slow.
In my experience, there's no such thing.
That explains a lot.
We could do
Oh,
math
cool.
quick, or we could do it correct.
Or you could be me and do neither.
Well,
All right, so it takes you it's going to take you a little over a week to get to where you got to go. So, I think that's going to bring us to an end for today's session. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the subscriber that we got. That's pretty awesome. I think it's been.
He
That's
already
been-
jumped into the guild, by the way.
All right,
Uh,
awesome.
oh,
he
cool.
did,
Cool.
he did join the guild, so.
All right. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. We'll be back in 2 weeks for more fun, and we'll get to meet Silas, everyone's mysterious benefactor, and figure out where you're going to go next.
Who's
And,
totally not going to betray us at some point, I'm sure.
Nobody does that. Why
He
would
hasn't.
you do that?
He hasn't betrayed you yet, and you've been working with him for some
And
time.
neither have I.
Yeah. And I'll
That's
post.
kind of how time works. Things don't happen until they do.
I'll post the in the chat, the Discord chat, the rules on improving skills and stuff like that. So you'll have a week to kind of work on stuff as you guys are doing this jump. So yeah, I'm Kevin. Kevin Yankee Prime on the Discord. I've been your game master for today's session. I'll give everyone a chance to plug their pluggables and everything. We'll start with Scott.
I'm Guildmaster Scott. I run things over at the Random Encounters Guild. I started it back in 2019 as a way to play games with new people and play new games with new people. So we love joining or having people join us. So Bagalito, I'm really glad you joined us this evening and join the Discord server where we always love having new people come in. So as for next week, I'm not sure what is going to happen. I don't have anything really prepped. I would love to do an RPG. If I don't get anything prepped, or well, actually no. a week from tonight, I will be in at the beach. So there will be no activity on the channel Sunday night. I may try
That's
to do
fine.
something.
Because you're going
Do
to
what?
be. Nobody's going to be here on Sunday because they're going to be watching Wildsea.
Yeah, everyone's going to be over.
You
up
have
on-
plans next Sunday.
Actually,
And it's
I'm going to be
Wildsea.
gone the next 2 Sundays, so I won't be here 2 weeks from tonight either. Or well, we're coming back on Sunday, so I don't know what time we'll be here though.
Oh, we can talk about it in chat because
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But so yeah, next Sunday night there won't be any activity. I will be at the beach. So by all means, join the FGP over on their channel. There's the link. But yeah, I'll either have some video game stuff going or Kinless, the solo Viking game I've been running. But yeah, that's it for me.
I have
All right.
nothing to plug, so I'm Chad.
Hi, Chad.
Chad's gonna Chad.
Oh.
Jenna.
I'm Jenna. You can find me here or on FemGamer Party, which is the link he just posted. We have just started a Wildsea game that I did all the art for, so you can come in on the ground floor on that if you want to. And otherwise, I'm sort of just like surviving at the moment.
Are we all? And Tim.
I'm Tim. I am Angus on the Random Encounters Discord channel. No games going on that I can plug. I'm building a house, so I'm kind of busy. That's it.
Excuses.
I was
I
unaware
know.
you were Amish.
Ooh.
All right, so that's it for tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll probably see you in 2 weeks. If not, we'll hopefully see you next Sunday over on FGP stream for Wildsea. Yeah, say goodnight, everyone.
Let me just for funsies, let me see if there's anybody going that we can raid.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Quasi is playing MLB 25 sports ball shenanigans, but he is a member of the guild, so we're going to give him a raid. Give him some love. Or actually, it looks like he just signed off. Yep, he signed off. So we're good.
Okay. Pretty much.
So yeah, we're not going to raid anybody this evening. So yeah, have a great week, everybody.
Have a great week.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.